What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Southern Fried Rod Shop. We got a complete build that we're going to look at, and also going to go over a little information about the Rat Rod community group build in September. So hold tight and we'll get started. Alright guys, so what you're looking at is the 67 Camaro Reveal kit that had been reissued a while back. Picked one up and decided that I would try to put a good bit of detail in it as far as a few things I hadn't done before. I've showed the interior on Facebook, I do believe, but it's got seat belts in it, and it's got some magazines and two-toned interior. I probably should have showed it on here so everybody could have got a better look at it, but I had forgot about it and I didn't do any updates with this. Just kind of put a few pictures here and there. Had a lot of issues with the paint on this car. I went with a gloss black. It was a new brand of Krylon that they had, and it was called Supermax, and it was hard getting it to the point where I could paint it and it looked okay, because I did mold in that front bumper and just some other flaws that I had with the paint. And when I finally did get it to lay right, the clear coat did not agree with that paint at all. So by that time I think I'd painted it 3 or 4 times and it got pretty frustrated with it, so I threw it back in the purple pond. And I'd stopped by Hobby Lobby and I'd actually found a one-coat lacquer in blazing black that I thought would look good on the car. So I got it back out of the pond, cleaned it up, and that's what I went with. And I got some of the wet look clear, and she actually didn't turn out too bad to have been painted so many times. And did the bare metal full on it, and I think it turned out pretty good for what it was. My biggest issue with it, you could tell there, the hood doesn't set right. And even though I'm using the aftermarket air cleaner, as you can see, it's not on there right now. So even without the air cleaner, it's still not sitting right. I think the radiator support is just in there a little bit too high for it to sit flush. I don't know if you guys that have built this have had the same problems, but that was a bit of an annoyance to put the time into this car that I have and the hood not set properly. I know some people that may not be too big of a concern, but it just kind of bugged me a little bit that it didn't sit right. But it is what it is. I think I'm going to take some metal wire and just make a hood prop and just display it that way. So let me pause it and I'll pop the hood off and show you the inside of the engine bay. So here is the inside of the engine bay, and I tried to put a pretty good bit of detail in here. It's wired, got the wire on the master cylinder, got the battery terminals, the battery's wired, got the heater hoses ran. I actually ran wires on the firewall. I do that with quite a few builds, but a lot of times you guys can't see them too well on this camera, but I think it's picking up a little bit back there. I was going to make my own radiator hose too, but I had to use the one from the kit because I just couldn't get a tight enough bend on it to where it wouldn't, you know, poking way up, because I was already having issues with the hood anyway. So I just used the one from the kit. It didn't turn out too bad. I mean, it looks as good as I can get it. Went with the gray plug wires just because that was all I had at the time, so that's why those are gray. And yeah, just kind of dressed up the stock 396 that was in there, and that's it. I used the wheels and tires from the 65 step side Chevrolet pickup. I've mentioned in videos before, I love building that kit because, you know, for the most part I build that truck, you know, rat rod style or rockabilly hot rod, whatever you want to call it. But I always save the wheels and tires out of it for my muscle car builds. And see, I don't have that air cleaner attached, so it popped loose there. I had it glued in place at first, but then when I actually put the chassis in the body, I realized it was way too tall, so I guess I'll just take it off while we're doing the video. But yeah, the paint turned out good. You probably won't be able to tell on this camera, but it does have a pretty good shine to it. One of my better clean paint jobs I've done in a long time. Even with this weather, that was causing some issues as well. I did flock the interior. You know, I hadn't been doing that very long either, so that's one of the things that I tried out on this. Painted the rear bumper black, and I kind of modeled this car after one that I'd seen on, I think I googled the 67, and one was painted in a black color, and it only had the rear bumper that was painted body color. And again, they had left off the front and just molded that all in place, and I thought that looked pretty cool, so I went with that same look. But yeah, that's my 67 Camaro, guys. I got done with it a few days ago, just hadn't done a video yet, but there she is. And if, you know, if the hood would set properly, I'd be pretty happy with it. But I guess all in all, it's not too bad of a build. But let me pause this and I'll tell you guys some info about our little rat rod community build. So again, you guys seen Nick Ambergy's video. We are doing a rat rod community build starting the 1st of September, and it'll run through the whole month. It started out, I hollered at Nick and was going to see if he's interested in doing a rat rod buddy build, and he was. And then Mini Dreams jumped in and said that he may join us. So I think right about the same time Nick was having the idea to make this a community build, I was kind of thinking along the same lines. I just hadn't got his thoughts on that yet, so he hollered at me, and you know, like I said, I told him pretty much I'd been thinking the same thing. So that's what we're doing, a little rat rod community build. I hope you guys jump in on it, and especially those of you that have never built a rat rod before. I know Mini Dreams, that was one of the reasons why he said he was going to be interested in joining in. And I do believe I'm going to be building this 37 Ford pickup. I got this on a great eBay score. It was a lot of models. I think I got 4 really good models for a decent price. So this is the one I'm going to do. And I haven't even thought of any ideas yet as far as colors or motor. I'll more than likely change the motor. I've got a couple of 350 motors that I might can dress up a little bit. Thought about using this shotgun blower scoop that I got from Extreme Scale probably close to almost a year ago. Just never done anything with it. So just kind of, you know, rounding up parts for it. Got some of these valve covers, and you know, I may or may not use any of this, I don't know. These little needles, I saw somebody on Facebook say these make really good shifters, so I may try to work something out for a shifter with that, and see what I can come up with. But I know my buddy Van, which Van just got him a mini pig, so my boy Van got him a shop pig now. So some of you guys, Cale Gaither, you need to get on board, brother. Get you a mini pig. Can't be a shop in the South without a pig. Gotta have a shop pig. But again, for those of you guys that are interested in joining, we'd love to have you. I'd love to see all the rat rods being built. I think Ray 1965 said he would join in, and again, I mentioned Minnie. Hope you join in, brother. I think Van told me that he was gonna start searching for some parts. So, and like Nick said, you know, a rat rod could be whatever you want it to be, and you know, you don't have to go old school. I know Transition Modeler, he came out with a little short video showing what he's gonna build, and he's building a Plymouth Prowler. And guys, if I would have had that kit, that's what I would want to do, because I had that idea probably about a year or two ago when Chris Chapman had built his Plymouth Prowler. I was thinking, you know, that would be an awesome rat rod. So, dude, I can't wait to see updates on that one. Video's getting kind of long, guys, so I'll let you go, and we'll have more updates soon. Till then, thanks to my subscribers and everybody that comments and shares my videos. This is Heath, and from the Southern Fried Rod Shop. We'll holler at you guys soon.